guess I'll categorize this as one of my canyon designs. Oh, for the time being, anyways. I'm trying to get it to a point where I could make it a throwaway pistol. Could print these for fairly cheap, not a lot of time, and of course I ain't got the grip on it quite yet because I don't plan on shooting this from I, 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 I don't trust it yet. Alright. I'm gonna print this time out of I'm gonna print it with my black filament. That stuff. And it should be stronger than that copper looking, bronze looking filament that I had printed this barrel with before. Now this time around I've got a front sight. I've got a matching rear sights. The front sights are actually lowered a little bit, so it will trick me to aim a little bit higher because, come on, let's be honest. These rounds aren't traveling that fast, at least with only 3 firecracker charges. I'm going to try to experiment with other means of creating an explosion, like using match heads. I have a whole bunch of matches I can crush up and use that kind of stuff. So here are my settings. Build temperature. I had changed this, but once I changed the resolution, it suggested that yeah. Anyways, infill density 100%, printing temperature 195. I'm having a problem with stringing. It might be my nozzle is clogged. It could be, but I don't understand why it would be. We could speed that up 50 millimeters a second. Nah, let's keep it conservative. I am making something that needs to contain a lot of PSI, so screw it. Z hop, enable retraction, fan speed 100%, of course. Generating support, yep. And then the support joint distance I set at 2 millimeters because it was starting to be a real pain in the ass to get these clean up their supports. And no build plate adhesion. I use masking tape. Lazy me. Alright, let's see how long that should take. Eight hours, 55 minutes. Yeah, I never really did go into what I changed about this design. So what I changed was I wanted it was getting irritating having that little where the fuse goes in, having that piece pop out because of the explosion. So instead of having that, I'm trying for electronic ignition, and the idea is these two holes right here. I'll feed a paper clip into each one of them, and they reach right over into there. One will be for the negative, one will be for the positive. I'll use a 9-volt battery. Then I'll have something that comes in contact with these paper clips down the road once I design a grip and a trigger and all that for it. I'll make contact with it. Then it'll send 9 volts down those paper clips, and at the very end right here, I guess I'll have it bent over a little bit, a little hook, so I could take really thin copper wire that I've sourced from cords I no longer use. I'll cut up and strip some cords. I'll just get one strand of copper wire, and then at that point it should just be a little bit below the bottom of that barrel. And here's the pit that it will fit in, 2 millimeters. So I'll just barely have it hanging out the back. Then I'll simply latch that on to there, twist it, make sure it locks in. I'll super glue these paper clips in, since they shouldn't ever have to be moved. I expect them to withstand the blast of the charges. And, well, best to test it before I actually go balls to the wall with it and make it into an actual single shot pistol. Make sure all these components line up and are a tight fit and there's no problem. Send it off. I have to rig something up, and probably wires, and go hide behind a tree or something and touch a 9-volt battery to it. It's all part of the process. Tweaking, learning, tweaking again, learning again, tweaking again, learning again. Pretty soon I'll end up having a legitimate firearm. So that if shit ever really does hit the fan, Putin, talking about you, if shit ever does really hit the fan, maybe I'll have something to run around and defend myself with. Not much. That's better than nothing. And a lot cheaper than buying a real pistol. Yeah. Well, I guess I ought to get to printing. I can't get in trouble for this, can I? Nah, I can't get in trouble for this. There's people that make little mini cannons that are lathed out, and they put a lot heavier charges in it than what I'm doing right here. So there should be no reason why I should. Nah. There ain't no reason. All you gun hating freaks out there, I don't understand your thinking. I mean, I don't even need to have a 3D printer to make a gun. I could go down to Lowe's and buy some, some conduit of the right size or whatever. Find some pipe and find some shotgun shells and a welding machine and a drill, and I can make a boomstick, as they're called. I mean, it doesn't take much whatsoever to make a gun. So the whole politics, right? Anyways, yeah, let's get to printing.